Good afternoon, everybody. It has been an awesome start to my day because I just got a huge Super Nintendo pickup. I don't even know what's in there yet. I'm going to go over this stuff with you guys. But yeah, I do apologize. I know that a lot of yous looked forward to my yard sale videos, my pickups of retro video games. I know a lot of you guys noticed I have a crap ton of video games in my man cave. Well, I do collect all of this stuff. I buy it cheap. I keep all my singles and I sell all my doubles, which ultimately gives me a free collection, or I might even make a few dollars. In fact, I believe that anybody, if you live in a decent enough city with like a decent population, you can make a minimum $200 a week. You know, I would say probably $1,000+ a month easy just flipping video games. I ended up looking at the first game. I don't own this, King of Dragons, and it's worth $100 just for the cart. So, you know, just to put it into perspective, I am keeping this because I'm going for a complete set. But say if you were just you wanted to flip and make a few extra bucks, there's a $100 game right here. You put this up on eBay or sell it locally, maybe for $80 to get a quick sale, or you can put it on eBay for full price. And a $150 investment, there's $100 right there alone, right? And I know Mega Man X is $40 to $50 in itself. So just these two games will make my money back. Of course, this is Canadian dollars, so you got to convert. But you know, they're right here in my hand is what I paid for it, and all of this is bonus, just off one pickup from an ad that I saw. So, and I rushed out here. He posted the ad. I was out here and picked it up within 20 minutes to make sure nobody snaked me on this deal. But anyway, let's go through all the games, and I also am gonna have some bonus footage for you guys on some of the stuff that I picked up at yard sales, because believe it or not, I have been yard sailing. I haven't been really picking up much, and a lot of my Saturdays it was either raining or there wasn't as many yard sales, or I was busy doing charity work. Like I've been doing a crap ton of charity stuff for World Vision every weekend, including this Saturday. So I've just been busy, but I will show you guys that footage when I get home. But let's take a look and see what we have in this bag. All right, so I'm just parked here on the side of the road, not far from where I picked up the games. I'm gonna go through all the stuff. I'm pretty good with prices, so I can normally just take a look at a game and know how much it's worth. But if there's something that I don't know, I will look it up on my app to see if I already own it or if I'm unsure about the price. So let's go through all of the stuff right now. Let me get out my calculator as well. So the first game that I've already showed you is King of Dragons. It's a pretty rare game. It's a $100 cart. Mega Man X is a $50 cart, but I've been selling these for $40-45. So I'll put it on $40 for Mega Man X. I already own it, so I will be selling this. We've got Star Fox, which is a $20 game. Remember, all Canadian dollars. Donkey Kong Country, easy $20. Donkey Kong Country 2. This one can go for $30, but $25 is a good, is a for sure sale. Wario's Woods, it's only about $10. Super Mario World with a crappy label, but you usually just bundle this with the console, so you get $20 for this game all day. Also, there is a console here. It needs to be cleaned up. It's a little dirty, but you get $60 for a Super Nintendo with 2 controllers. And I've got 3 controllers in here, actually. All the hookups as well, which is great. This is one of my favorite Super Nintendo games of all time. Zombies Ate My Neighbors. And this one right here is a $50 cart all day. Let me turn off the car so the camera's not rumbling so much. All right, let's see what's next. This is all new to me because I don't know what's actually in here. Earthworm Jim 2, I do believe goes for about $20, maybe even $25, but I'll put $20 on the low end. Put all these games down here. Up next, we've got NHL 95. That's a shit box and not worth really anything, you know, $5 at most. You usually just bundle it with a console. So I'll put $5 down. We have Animaniacs, and I'm not sure if I actually have Animaniacs. So let me just go ahead and check here. I do not own this game, which is good, and it's only worth $10, but that'll be added to my collection. And I have all of my games logged on an app. Mortal Kombat 2, you can get $15 for that. Power Rangers, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. I do believe I own it, and I think it's only worth $10 or $12. I don't own it, and it's worth $15. So I get to add that one to my collection. Up next, we got regular Mortal Kombat. That's $10. Here's a good one. Mario Kart. That's $40 all day. That is a game that sells consoles. Like when you go to bundle and you have Mario Kart in there with Mario World, it's almost a guaranteed sell. So $40 there. And of course, I already own that. Super Mario All-Stars with a faded label. Usually get about $30 for these, but in this condition, I'm going to put it down to $20 for a quick sale. Here's another one that sells consoles. This is The Legend of Zelda, one of my favorite Super Nintendo games of all time as well. This is $40, but I usually price it at $30 for a quick sale, so I'll put $30. Man, what an amazing bundle this was. And I'll tell you how much I paid for all of it at the end. Maximum Carnage. I do believe I own a red label of this. Yes, I do own... I actually own both. I own the gray cart and the red cart. Gray cart is $35 all day, and this is really, really good. A really, really good label. So I'll check out the label I have at home if it's not as good as this, and I'll switch copies and sell my other one. You can even see that they paid $30 for this game as well. It looks like at a pawn shop, but $35 cart, and I already own it, so that'll be a sale. Aladdin, this is $20. Actually a really fun game as well. Up next, this one looks like one I don't own. Ren and Stimpy. I don't think I have this one. Let me see here. Ren and Stimpy. Which one is this? The Idiots one. I don't own this. This is a $10 card, so nothing crazy, but it gets added to my wall. Gets me closer to a full set. Batman, $10. I own that. This is Baseball Simulator 1000. It's a shit box, so $5. NBA Jam LT, or sorry, TE. That's the tournament edition. I do believe this is like a $20 cart. Tournament edition. Oh, it's $13, so $10 cart. I already own it, so I'll be selling that. We got the Wrestling Arcade. Usually only get about $5 for these games. Another wrestling game. This is Super WrestleMania. Let me see if I own this one. No, I don't own this. And that's only $5. But I don't own it, so that's good. So I'll be adding that to the collection. Mario Paint, and I have the mouse. The mouse pad is not here, so Mario Paint with a mouse is about $15. You don't really get all that much. Super Game Boy. These go for $20 all day. Easy sell for $20. Basically, just put your old Game Boy game in there, and it'll play certain Game Boy games. And the last game, and this one's a good one, Street Fighter 2 Turbo. Let me make sure I have this one. I might not. It might be the only one I don't have. Street Fighter. I don't own this one. $25 for that game. I don't own this one. I own all of the other Street Fighters. Yeah, I don't own Street Fighter Alpha 2, but I also didn't own this one. So there we go. So that was, how much was this one? $25. All right, so a grand total of $670 worth of games. I paid $150. $150. The guy also said, He has a bunch of N64 and regular Nintendo games as well. He's still attached to them. But when he's ready to sell, he's got my contact information and he'll sell them to me. He had it advertised as $155. I did not lowball. I just paid exactly what he was asking, because if you start, you know you're getting a steal of a deal. It's not a yard sale, right? It's an ad. So you got to act fast and you got to get there and you got to get it done. Because if you start going, well, I'll give you 120, if somebody else is saying, I'll give you full price or I'll give you 140, you're automatically out of the running and they won't even talk to you. So just say, yep, I'll take it. I'm coming right now. What's the address? And if you don't mind, can you take down the ad? And that's what he did. And I went down there and gave him exactly what he was looking for. So $150 worth of games. $670 worth of games for $150. An amazing deal. I'm going to add probably about 5 or 6 games to my collection, and then everything else is profit to sell. And all of those prices that I gave you for the games is generally what you get for it. So even on the low end, say I get $400 after I keep all that, because I'm keeping the $100 game for my collection. Say I even get $400 with the console and all the games. I'm still making $250 plus I get all of those games added to my collection for free, which is, amazing. Actually, yeah, I'll get all those games added for free, plus that's like maybe about $200 worth of games added to my collection that I still own, plus I'm gonna make and profit $250 in cash. So that's amazing. When I get home, I will show you guys the other stuff that I got. A lot of it I'm selling because I own most of it already, so I'll be able to get all of that back. And for those that were wondering how much money I've actually spent on my entire collection for everything that I own, in just the last 3 summers, I spent $19,000. Let me add another $150 here. $19,570. That's how much I spent in 3 years in collecting video games. But I've sold $19,015 worth of games. So I only have to sell $555 worth of games to have a free collection. And I'll show you guys when I get home the amount of games I have. That includes gas money. I add that in there. All the shelving, everything that has to do with retro gaming is all in this amount. So to have a free collection, and if I wanted to, I could sell my entire collection and make tens of thousands of dollars. So obviously I'm not, because I want to collect it and pass it down to my kids. But it just goes to show how much money you can actually make. There's no doubt in my mind that somebody cannot make a minimum of $5,000 a summer. Just a summer, like 4 months, flipping video games alone. If you want to learn more on how I do it and all the tips and tricks that maybe you can apply, I'll leave an annotation here, or actually I'll put a link in the description of a video that I go through how to properly negotiate and find sales and how to go to yard sales and things like that. You'll get a lot out of that. And maybe you have no interest in collecting video games. Maybe you just want to have a little side hustle to work towards buying your dream car. Or if you're looking to get a down payment on a rental property, maybe over a few summers of just hustling video games, you'll be able to save up $10,000, $15,000 just from hustling video games, and boom, there you go. That's a down payment on a home, or working towards a dream vehicle of yours, or whatever, maybe to pay off some student debt or credit card debt or whatever. It's worked well for me, and it's a lot of fun too, and it's exciting to get a deal like this. I had no idea what was there. I just knew I was getting a steal, and I grabbed it and pulled over and showed you guys. So let me know what you guys think of the pickup, and when I get home, I'll show you my other stuff. And this will actually be my first real retro video pickup of the year. So hopefully y'all are enjoying it. Hey, what's up, everybody? I am hitting yard sales again. I just hit a sale right there at that house behind the fence. I forgot my camera. But I scored. Listen, I'm gonna pull over real quick. I gotta show you guys this because it's crazy here. Yeah, look at this score. All box Pokemon games. I think there's consoles in there too. Yeah, there's GameBoys in there, right?
There's one Nintendo DS.
What
And a Game Boy Advance.
So I got all of this. Look, she had $25 for everything there. And then there's a huge box of PS2 games. I didn't even look at the stuff. I said, how much would you like per game? And she said, well, I was hoping somebody would take it all together. And I said, well, she said, will you take $50 for both boxes? I said, I'll give you 40. And she said, done. And they were just setting up. Look at this, boxed. Look at these all boxed Pokemon games. Holy shit. Must have been like, and they're an older couple, so it must have been somebody's kids that like moved out. By the way, I got a cold, guys, so my voice is a little messed up. Looks like they're all complete in box. So the Heart Gold, there's a Heart Gold in there, that first one that I showed you there. Yeah, that's not in there. Check in the Game Boy itself.
I did. It's not there.
Not in the DS?
No.
Not in the DS?
Oh, wait.
It's probably in the DS, because that's like a game that everybody wants. That's like a $100 game.
Got it.
Oh, let's go. Let's fucking go. So anyway, we're going to go through all this. That was the first sale of the day, guys. I was 25 minutes earlier. They were setting up. I told them, you know, I'm sorry for coming up early, but I was just on my way to work, and I noticed you were selling some games, so I wanted to take a look before I went. And she was like, oh yeah, I'll go grab them for you. And boom, I was expecting like a couple of shitty PS2 games. They said Game Boy, but I was not expecting complete and box Game Boy games. Biggest score, that is probably the...
Pull over for a second.
Yeah, I'll pull over. That is probably the biggest score that I've ever gotten at a yard sale. And I mean, I've gotten really big scores on like Craigslist, Kijiji, but as for yard sales, that's huge. Anyway, gonna go hit up the other yard sales. I don't have my camera, but I got my phone, so I'm gonna use my phone. All right, we'll be back. All right, so hopefully you enjoyed the live yard sale footage. That was actually a few weeks old. Here's the stuff again. Just a quick look at the PlayStation 2 games that were in there. Actually, just some really, really good titles all the way through. All the Gears of War, Devil May Cry. There's some Final Fantasy in there. Some really good RPGs. What else is in here? Oh, there's a random Warcraft, a couple of computer games. There's the PS2 Slim, controllers, hookups. It said all for $50, but once again, I paid less. And here are the Game Boy games. All of it is complete in box except for the Ruby. Box and manual, no games in there, sadly. Everything else, Emerald, Zelda, Fire. Oh no, sorry, Fire's the one without the game. Ruby is in there, yeah. So yeah, Fire's the one without the game. Emerald. All of them are in there. Leaf is in there. And then we also had Heart Gold, that's in there. Diamond's in there. And Zelda Phantom Hourglass. Plus there was a few Game Boys as well. Got the SP, DS Lite, and a Game Boy Advance. So crazy good deal, all for, I think it was $40. Probably said that in the video. I also got this little pickup here for $20. There's the Wii and all the hookups. Oh, there's my spy glasses. Wii and all the hookups. Best game in there being Zelda. Everything's complete, but just a bunch of shitbox games in here. But for $20 for a Wii and all the hookups, it wasn't a bad deal. In here, everything else I paid $100 for. So all of this stuff. This Nintendo is busted up. There's like no real spring in there. It doesn't clip down, so just use that. Sell it off as parts. Got a Super Nintendo in here. Trying get in some more light. Super Nintendo. I don't know what the best game is. Super Mario World. Another Heart Gold, which was great. I think it's in there. Oh no, that's right. This one I paid 50 cents for the box and manual. That was at a thing, yeah. So that's kind of shitty that wasn't in there. Thought there was another Game Boy game that I got as well. Yeah, this one, just box and manual. Chrono Cross. Got Star Fox Adventures, Metroid Prime, all kinds of goodies. Bunch of shitbox games here from Nintendo. I think there's a couple of decent Super Nintendo games in here. Anywho, I paid $100 for all of this and another boxed Wii and another Wii in here. Just a couple of crappy games, a lot of controllers and stuff. And then also all of these PS2 games. It's getting really dark over here. Nothing crazy in there at all. There's like a Grand Theft Auto, couple. There's a Shadow of Colossus, couple of God of Wars, just a bunch of extra stuff. This stuff I already owned, these things, but these games I didn't. So for $100, that's it. This is pretty much all I've got all yard sale season. A lot of Wiis, couple of decent pickups there with the Super Nintendo. This being the best for sure. Now, see here, just to go over again, remember I went over my figures that after I make another $500-ish, all of this will be for free. That includes the shelving. Like the shelving alone cost me I think it was like $1,800 to have this all custom built for the wall, get it all fitted in there and stuff. But all the consoles, all the games, I mean, there is some seriously rare and good titles there. Like all this box stuff, everything. Plus, I also got this Nintendo display case. There's a bunch of stuff down there in bags. And let's go back over here. I know it's dark, can't really see a whole lot. Everything that's on this back wall. So there's a whole bunch of box consoles and stuff. Here, let me actually... so yeah, all this stuff as well for $500. By the time I'm done selling all this stuff here, and of course the big pickup that we got today, I'll be up at least $1,000 plus all of that for free. So anyway, if you want to learn more on how to game hunt, once again, link will be in the description below. And yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed a little retro video game update. More regular car and real estate related content coming up real soon. Thank you so much, guys. Let me know how your collection is going and what you picked up this hunting season. Thank you so much, guys. Take care. Peace out.